Hello and good morning and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I know I look like a mess. It is first thing in the morning. Judge if you want, I don't care. So new haircut. Some of you, I'm sure, or a lot of you have seen the video that I posted where I chopped all my hair off and donated it to charity. But if you didn't know, I chopped my hair off and I donated it to charity. And I am over the short hair. Short hair, not for me. Guys, that's too much work, okay? Like, I like it when I can just like wake up. Can you see me down here? Barely. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I like it when I can just wake up and throw my hair up. My hair is so dang short, I cannot get it all the way up at this point. I mean, the haircut's cute if I style it. Don't get me wrong. The haircut is cute. I've had my fun with it, and now I'm over it. So I'm hoping it grows fast. I am still on my prenatal vitamins from having my son. So hopefully that helps. I don't know. So to get it out of my hair, or off of my head, I've been wearing banana clips. How well can you see that? I'm not sure. The little brown thing right here. Almost gives you like a fake mohawk look. We were getting like too much different lighting going on. I know they were popular back in like the 80s. I had one because when I did color guard in high school, one of the garden moms suggested us wear banana clips for our hairstyle. And like she had one or two and let us try it out. And in all, everybody vetoed it. But I thought it looked neat. So I went to the Walmart and bought some because they still sell them. I'll link them below if you want one. If you have short hair like me and can't get it off your face and off your neck. Currently with the short hair, I don't think it's a great look per se. However, for around the house and I just want it out of my face, fantastic. So I look a little doofy, but my hair's not all in my face. So, and I guess, you know, if you're better at hair than I am, you could probably pull some trundles down in the front and make it look a little better. But that's what's going on with my hair, in case you were wondering. So we're gonna go get breakfast ready for the boys. Levi's been up for probably about half an hour, but he's been playing in his room quietly. So I've just left him to it so I could sleep in a little bit. But I decided to go ahead and get dressed and all that fun stuff because I have a few things to do today. And I did a Q day yesterday. And Haley Linner, I know I'm always pronouncing your last name wrong. I swear I have to be. She asked if I'd be doing any more vlogs, so I thought, okay, I'll vlog for Haley. So, I mean, nothing overly exciting to be done, but sorry, I just hit the home screen button and closed out of the video. So, nothing overly exciting to be done today, but I thought I would go ahead and vlog, and then we might roll into tomorrow because tomorrow is payday, so we can go shopping for stuff around the house, like toilet paper and groceries. So let's get breakfast for the boys. So believe it or not, Ira is already onto baby food, and my mom picked up a whole bunch of stuff for him. So thanks, Mom, for bringing over baby food. So these are the stage ones. I don't know where it says that at. I read it on there the other day. Supported sitter first foods. Right there. And he's been doing really well with it. He has so far had green beans for a couple of days. This is his second day with applesauce. He's had peas and done well. He's been doing pretty good. He's had a few different things at this point. I didn't get it cleared by his pediatrician this time. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. He was just shy of turning 4 months when we started baby food. You're supposed to wait until they're at least somewhere between 4 and 6 months, and you get it cleared by the pediatrician. But with my firstborn, we went in for his 4-month checkup, and the doctor was like, how much is he eating? We were like, 8 ounces. Is he digesting everything just fine? Yep, no problems. Okay, you can start him on baby food if you want to, you know, like, go slow, you know. You know the drill if you had a kid and how to introduce baby food. So, and Ira was getting to the point where he would have an 8-ounce bottle, digest it just fine. But like 8 ounces wasn't always satisfying him. Sometimes he would want like more. So I figured, okay, you're just getting ready for baby food. Like you're wanting food. And since he was born, he has been like eyeing people's plates. Like, he was like a little tiny thing. You'd walk past with a plate and he'd be like, food. I too would like some french fries. So yeah, I figured he was ready. I know technically I didn't go with protocol, whatever, but I'm his mom, and I think I know. Okay, I think I know some things here. I've done it once already. And we have the same pediatrician, and I'm sure that on his 4-month appointment, which is coming up soon, he's gonna say, how much is he eating? And we're gonna be like, 8 ounces. And he's like, is he digesting it? And we'll be like, yeah. And he's like, you can try baby food if you want to. So it's like, why wait till then or do it now, you know, if he's ready. Anyways, enough of that. And good, I washed the high chair tray yesterday. So thank you, yesterday me, so that today me that doesn't have to do that first thing in the morning. Looking for my tripod. I don't know where that's at. But I made a bunch of pancakes yesterday. So I'm just gonna give Levi leftover pancakes. So we recently got a Sam's Club card, and I've really been enjoying it. I stopped there because I was thinking about talking about something else for a second, but I got a good deal on Laughing Cow cheese. Got it for $3 for 3 things of it. Anyways, sometimes at Sam's Club you get stuff that's a really good deal. Milk, not so much. I've been buying the milk there because I thought it was more than a gallon. It looks like a little more than a gallon. It's not. It's 1 gallon of milk and it's almost $3 for a gallon. I need to quit doing that. Walmart is cheaper, I think. But I love Sam's Club for their produce. It's fantastic. I mean, it's sometimes a little more expensive. Not normally though. Normally it's like the same price or less, and you get more and it's better quality. Like their apples, $5 for a large thing of apples, and it's like big apples. It's not like tiny ones like we got from Aldi. And then lettuce. Let me show you the lettuce. This big thing of lettuce, you had 6 heads of romaine lettuce. Sorry, I know I'm being backlit right now. 6 heads for like $3. At Aldi, I was spending $3 for 3 heads. And it's the exact same product. So, there you go. And grapes and banana, oh my god. Bananas at Sam's Club lately have been like $1 something for like a big bunch of bananas. Speaking of, I've got some bananas back here on the counter that are going bad. So I need to make some banana bread. But I don't know if I have enough flour for that. Let's find out, because those need to get used up. But anyway, yeah, we've been enjoying Sam's Club for some things. Not all the things, but some of the things. I think it's one of those places you can either get a really good deal or you can get a really big ripoff. So anyway, let's go get the boys fed. So Levi's breakfast, in case you couldn't see very well, I've got 1 pancake for him, some maple syrup to dip it in. He doesn't like the maple syrup already on it because he likes to eat it with his fingers, but he doesn't like getting the stickiness on his fingers. So we do it like this. He can dip it, 1/2 cup white milk and some strawberries. And he just uses his fingers for all of this. So let's go feed Levi and then we'll go get Ira out of his crib. Good morning, Butterbean. How are you?
Blue truck.
It is a blue truck.
A car, white.
It is. Is that blue truck your favorite now? You had it all day yesterday. All right.
Where's the lobby?
You want to watch Blippi?
Lobby!
Okay, we can watch Blippi and have breakfast. How's that sound? Good deal?
Lobby, where?
Here, let's put your cars in here. Be right there. When you get done.
I'm gonna wait in the hallway.
You strawberry?
No, wait. To hallway.
You eat strawberry?
Oh. Garbage truck. And that one? Cook.
So Levi likes to watch TV in his room while he eats. And we let him because we don't want to watch kiddie shows anymore. So we just have his high chair in there. Plus we found that if he's like by himself to eat, he's more likely to clean his plate and try new foods. Whereas if he's with us, he throws a fit and doesn't. So toddler logic, I don't know. But I hear Ira is awake. Good morning, sweet boy. This was his third night in his crib. How was it? Hi, sweet boy. You got any smiles in there? Did you sleep good? Did you sleep good? How did you sleep? How did you sleep? Huh? He's been sleeping till about 8:30, 9 o'clock in here. Whereas when he was in his bassinet in the living room, he'd wake up about 7:45. So he's been sleeping longer. And he's been sleeping all night long, which is awesome. But he's been doing that for a little while now. How are you? Huh? How are you? Is there smiles in there? Is there smiles in there? Oh, there's a smile. There it is. There it is, sweet boy. You're just tickly. You want to get a diaper and then have breakfast? Sound like a good idea? You want some more applesauce today? Huh? Applesauce today?
I'm looking in the eyes of men and women who have worked in the buildings I was a fireman there 30 years in New York City Fire Department, and when I seen what happened in 9/11, I went to the help on the building brigade, feeding the buckets, and some guy comes up and he says, "The president is here." It was a fire truck in the rubble, so I said, "Nobody's standing on it," so I jumped up on it.
So I kind of forgot I was vlogging today. My apologies. Oh, I painted my kitchen white. I don't think you guys have seen this since I painted it, unless you're on my Instagram. It's white now. I think it looks 100 times better. Let me give you a little 360. My kitchen's a mess. Judge me as you will. I really don't care. So here's our new refrigerator. I'm pretty sure my last vlog was when our old one went out. So I think you guys might have seen this already. I can't remember for sure, but that's our new fridge. So, you know, walls are white. I've got dishes to be done and to put away. Those ones are clean, need to put away. These are dirty, and those are dirty. So, kitchen, I think looks tons and tons and tons better. That goes down the hallway. It was already white. So, that's all there is to that. Sorry, I just spun y'all in a circle. How many of y'all just got dizzy? Oh my gosh. I swear my hair looks like I'm wearing like a toupee or a comb over or something. Just like this whole slicked back, weird look. But I don't know, it feels better getting it all out of my face. Anyways, yeah, my mom came over for a little bit and she brought us McDonald's, which was really nice. The boys are down for a nap right now. Well, they're supposed to be. Ira is napping. Levi is in his bedroom having a fit. hopefully he'll fall asleep after that. He's just getting slap happy and goofy and mad, and so he needs a nap. So leaving him alone, and hopefully he falls asleep. Otherwise, it'll be an early bedtime if he doesn't. But my mom and I were just talking about how she used to work for the school buses. When I was a kid, she used to work as a bus aide, and it's something I've been thinking about applying for in the next couple of years. There's a local school here who's looking for bus drivers, and it has paid training. Now, my mom didn't drive the buses. She assisted on the handicap bus with loading and offloading the kids. What I'm kind of interested in is getting the driver's license and driving the buses. But I don't know. It's one of those things where like I kind of want to do it right now, but I also don't want to put my kids in daycare. Like I've always said, I didn't want my kids to be in daycare if they didn't have to be. Because I was in daycare when I was a kid. When I was about Levi's age, I went to a preschool / daycare that my mom worked at. And so she had to work to need the money. You know, like I'm by no means faulting my parents. I mean, they had to do what they had to do to provide for us. And she got a job at it. She worked at a couple daycares, and I just always kind of went with her. I was able to. There was one daycare I worked at that was more preschool based, but it was still like all day long. And I didn't much care for it, if we're being honest. I didn't really like the teacher very well. I don't know why, but this preschool, like they fed you breakfast, lunch, and I think dinner if you stayed long enough. But they, like, I swear they gave you beets all the time, like pickled beets. And I don't know, and my mom said, she even confirmed it, we were talking about it one time, and I was like, it feels like they give us beets all the time. She goes, I know. She's like, it was like with every meal they gave out beets, like at least once a day you got beets on your tray, I swear to goodness. And I hated the beets. They didn't taste good. I didn't like them. And I can remember my teacher, and I was like preschool, okay, like 3, 4 maybe, and the teacher would not let me get up and come to story time until I ate all of my food. And my mom started coming in there and like specifically telling the teacher, look, she don't have to eat the beets. She doesn't like them. She's tried them. She shouldn't have to miss out on story time because she doesn't want to eat the beets. Like, I'd eat everything else. I just wouldn't eat the beets. And the teacher would like make me sit there for, it felt like forever. I don't know how long it really was, but in my mind it was forever. And I started having nightmares about beets trying to eat me when I was a little kid. Of them chasing me and trying to eat me. And me and beets have a strained relationship. I don't like them to this day. But I didn't enjoy daycare there. And then I went to another daycare when I was a little older. It was like a before school and after school kind of a daycare. And I didn't like that either. They just stuck us in a big gymnasium, and it was kind of like, do what you want. And it just sucked. I didn't like it. And so by the time I was in like 2nd grade, I told my mom, I was like, look, I hate this. I don't want to be here. This was like it was going into 2nd semester of 2nd grade. And we didn't live very far from the school. So I'd have been about 9-ish. We didn't live very far from the school, and which I was held back a year. If anybody's like, why were you 9 in 2nd grade? I was held back a year. But we didn't live very far away from the school, about 4 streets over. So my mom agreed to give it a try of me walking there and walking home on my own. And so I had an alarm clock. I'd set my alarm clock. I'd get up. I'd get breakfast. Normally mom would have something like set out for me. I'd get myself breakfast. I'd get dressed, and I'd walk my butt to school. And then at the end of the day, I'd walk my butt home. And normally sometime during there, mom would have like came home and left me like an after school snack on the counter. And I'd come home and wait for her to get home. Because at the time she was working at the buses when I was going to that particular daycare. And she wouldn't get home till like about 5 o'clock. And she had to leave at like 5 in the morning. So I started doing that in 2nd grade. And I just got myself up and out the door for school pretty much then on until I graduated high school, went to college. And so it was just because I hated daycare. And anytime I started acting up or not acting right, or if I didn't get home on time, she would be like, do you want to go back to daycare? And I'd be like, nope. And she'd be like, well, you better not do that again, whatever it was that I did. I remember one time I stopped at a friend's house on the way home and stayed way longer than I was supposed to, and I got in trouble for that. But of course I was back in the 90s and different time frame, you know? But I just don't want my kids in daycare. Like, I've said that from day one. Like, I remember my husband and I were dating, and we started talking a little bit about kids. Not about having kids, but about, like, do we want children? Like, do you want kids? I want kids. are we compatible kind of conversation. And I remember making the comment of, I don't want kids to be in daycare. I don't want that for my children. And him saying, you know, I think I'm at the place where I could provide that. And, you know, like, if this worked out and we had kids, like, they wouldn't have to be in daycare. And so far, he's been right. I mean, I have had to pick up a job on the weekends. We have had to start donating plasma. I do YouTube. I mean, so we've got a few different revenues of income coming in, just trying to keep us afloat. Like, we are, like, we don't even quite make it for for middle class. Like, we're like right in that middle between lower class and the low of the middle class. So, like, we're not, as I've said a million times, we're not rich people. I think we manage our money fairly well. I know people comment on how we have nice things and we seem to do a lot for ourselves. And I'll agree with that. But anytime we go on like trips, normally they're planned out a year in advance, and it's like a 3-day thing. It's not like we've had like a week-long vacation on the beach. It's been like, you know, a couple days in Chicago, which is only a 3-hour drive away. You know, like we went down to Brown County, Indiana, which is a 2-hour drive away. And it takes us like 6 months to plan that out and to save up the money and to go. We went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee one time for a couple days, and we paid all in cash and we saved for it, and it takes us 6 months to a year of saving before we go on a 3-day vacation. So I would just say that we manage our money well, but we are not by any means like a well-to-do. I guess it depends on your definition of well-to-do, but we're not. I know there are people who are doing considerably better, and I'm not trying to down us by any means, but I'm just trying to push the point that we are making sacrifices specifically to keep our kids like out of daycare and to keep me at home. Whereas like I could go get a full-time job. I've got family who work in the local factory that could probably help me get on, and we could be making pretty good money to do with the factory work. I don't know that I ever want to work at the factory though. Like, I don't know if I would be happy there. I don't know. I've heard some people love it, and then I've heard some people absolutely hate it and just stick around for the money because the money's good. But something I am heavily considering is that in the next couple of years, looking into bus driving and applying to be a bus driver. The thing that makes me want to do it right now is that the local school is offering paid training. So that's the first I've ever heard of it being offered as paid training. One of the local schools. We've got a handful of schools out here, and maybe they'll offer it. I don't know. But we'll just have to see what's available in the next few years. I don't want to wait until the boys are both well into elementary school. But the downside to that is that they would probably still end up having to go to some kind of like an after school and before school program, which sucks. But I don't know, we'd have to figure it out. Sometimes I think about like things that we would like to do financially and things we want to accomplish, and like I just feel like we're putting it on hold for the boys, which is normal. I mean, that's what parents do, right? Like they sacrifice for their kids and what they think is best for their children, and they do what they can for them. But I think like, man, if I could work a full-time job, if I could get a job right now, like we'd be doing so much better. We could get so many things paid off. Like we could really be like our savings account, we could really be beefing it up. Like we could really be doing something. But we can't right now because I can't work a full-time job. So, but then I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of people out there who'd love to be in my position to, one, be a stay-at-home mom, and two, to have children at all to stay at home with. So I don't know. I guess the grass is always greener on the other side. By no means saying that I regret my children. I hope that doesn't come across like that at all, because they are, oh my gosh, they're my everything. I couldn't imagine life without them. Sometimes I feel like the world is going on without me in it because I'm always at home with the kids. And sometimes I feel like I'm behind my peers, if that makes sense. Like I feel like some of them have started careers and really doing something, and I'm not. But I'm not for, I think, a very good reason, and that's because I want to keep my kids out of daycare, especially like an all-day program. Like if and when I get a job as a bus driver in a couple of years when they're older, just keep in mind they're so little right now, like they wouldn't even be able to tell me if something happened, which scares me. I mean, Levi going to preschool, which we need to talk about that in a second, scared me because he can't tell me what's going on. But it was only a 3-hour program, and I felt pretty secure sending him. So if I get on as a bus driver in a couple of years and they're like 1st grade and 3rd grade, then they'll be old enough to talk to me if something happens, and they'd only go in for a couple of hours, hopefully in the evenings, and that'd be it. But anyways, as for Levi's preschool, if you guys have been following that since the spring, we did sign him up. He did go for like a month and a half, but he kept having accidents. And it's crazy because at home, he doesn't have them very often. They're not a constant. We'll go days, like he hasn't had an accident all day today. And yesterday, he only had one accident all day yesterday at school. And so part of the program is that they're supposed to be potty trained. And the teacher said, you know, on occasions, one thing, if it's like, oops, had an accident, and then it's like 3 weeks later before they have another one, 4 weeks later. But Levi was having them every Tuesday and Thursday. Every time he went to school. At home, he'd go days, if not a week, in between an accident. At school, it was every Tuesday and Thursday. And so we finally had a talk, and she's like, look, he needs to take a little break from the program. He can come back in a couple of months. So the plan is to send him back in January unless something drastic happens. Like here at home, he's still not telling us when he needs to go to the bathroom. We're just like routinely taking him. And that seems to be working pretty well at home. But if like something where he starts telling us all the time, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go to the bathroom. Like if he starts doing that and letting us know, the teacher said that could be a game changer because like at the school he's not telling them either, and they're just trying to take him on a regular basis, but he's still peeing at school. So and we talked about putting him in a different program someplace else, but I don't want to move him around a ton. And I know he's so little, but like I feel like I got moved around quite a bit, or a fair amount when I was a child. And I don't remember it really bothering me much when I was Levi's age. It was more the move when we moved from North Carolina to Indiana when I was in first grade. I did first half of first grade in North Carolina, second half of first grade in Indiana, ended up failing because of everything and had to do first grade again. And so, I don't know, I feel like that always stuck with me. I felt like I had a hard time like fitting in with the kids. I felt like everybody kind of already had their cliques and had known each other for a couple of years, even though it was only first grade, but like they had pre-K and kindergarten programs, and then they had like sports programs that start at like 3 and 4 years old. And so it just felt like all these kids already knew each other, which I get that because when I was in North Carolina and I did like kindergarten and first grade there, like, and I did gymnastics, and like, so I knew the kids there. Like I kind of grew up with them from like a really little age. And when we came up here, I just kind of felt like I got thrown into the mix. And it just, I don't know, it bothered me for a while. And I just don't want that for my kids. So I don't want to like move him around a ton. I don't want to like start him off where he's at now, move him to another program till January, and move him back. Like I don't want to do all that. So we're just going to keep him home and try him out again in January at the school that we've chosen to send him to. So that's what's going on with his preschool. We did pay a fair chunk on his tuition, and they said that would just get credited till next semester, so that's good. So that's just kind of what's going on with that. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower because I smell funky. I've been wearing these clothes for the last 3 days. Just a little TMI there, little nugget of information. Hashtag mom life. So I'm gonna go hop in the shower because I need one. And I don't know, I need to hang some curtains and roll out a new rug I bought. We'll see if I get around to that or not. So this is what Levi's having for dinner. It's just a little cheese quesadilla. There's just like some shredded, it said Mexican style cheese. I'm not really sure what the difference is between that and Colby Jack. They look about the same to me. And then there's also some smoked Gouda slices, which they have at Sam's Club and was really good. It was only $7 for like 40 slices, not bad. Some canned peaches, a handful of peanuts, and there's a few little M&Ms in there. These are actually like the caramel M&Ms, but we just had like a giant thing of peanuts, so I just started throwing M&Ms in there. So we got that thing of peanuts over there, and I just throw M&Ms in it. And then a few little sicklets, trying to get the candy ate up before Halloween. There's a few little pieces left, and some apple juice. And then here's our dinner. Like I said, it's leftover chicken and noodles right there. Chicken and noodles. My parents had some leftover rotisserie chicken, and they just, you know, made up chicken and noodles. And then down at the bottom, if you can even see it in there, I don't know. I made mashed potatoes. There's nothing too special about them. They're the box kind. I added some butter and some steak seasoning. I've got the steak seasoning from Aldi. It's good. We really like it. I didn't do a whole lot with them because they're going underneath the noodles and the juices of all of that. So I figured the potatoes would just soak up the flavor. If I was doing mashed potatoes to eat, I would add a lot more spice than that. But anyways, that is our dinner for tonight. Good morning. It's Thursday. So as I mentioned yesterday, today is payday, and I thought we could just pay bills together for a second, I guess. I don't know. So we have $1,600 in the account currently. This is actually a big pay for us because my husband got some overtime and he got sent to Ohio over Memorial Day weekend. Was it Memorial Day? Whatever that most recent holiday was that we had. I think it was Memorial Day. It was, you know, it's September, 1st of September. Anyways, so he got like, he got overtime, he got time and a half, he got travel pay, he got a few different things on there. So we normally get about $1,000, but we have like 600 extra here, which is quite nice. So let's go ahead and start paying bills. So this is the first thing that I do when I start to pay bills in the morning. We get paid every 2 weeks. So I will call the bank and find out how much money we have. And then I go through and start paying the bills before I make any other purchases. Now my husband has gotten a little bit of gas this morning. He said there's issues with the pump, like it kept wanting to shut off on him. You know, one of those like defective pump handles that just keep wanting to be a pain in the butt. So he only got like $5 or $10 worth of gas and he's like, screw it, I'll get gas someplace else later. So he's already spent a little bit of money on gas. There was something he was wanting to buy for his office, some like a water fountain feature thing. It was like 20 bucks. So he already bought that and he got himself a Coke this morning. But that's already been deducted out of the account. So you're talking like an extra 30 bucks that's not shown here. So what I have to work with right now for paying bills is the $1,600. So our car insurance will be coming out. So, well, it's supposed to come out today. It don't really come out until tomorrow. So I need to make sure that we leave enough money in there, which we shouldn't have an issue this pay. We've had issues before, but we shouldn't have an issue this pay with the car insurance coming out. Normally, I like to pay the car insurance before it ever comes out. Like, go in and pay it personally. Is my shirt on backwards? It sure is. I slept in it, so it's not a big deal. But I don't like having things sitting around waiting to come out of my accounts. I like to pay things as soon as I get the money, but it just happens that today is payday and also the day insurance comes out, so it's just going to come out on direct deposit, and we're just going to have to make sure, like I said, that we don't overspend or anything, but again, it shouldn't be an issue. But I do have to call for my homeowner's insurance, which I'm filming on my phone, so, you know, I'll hop off of there once we get done with everything here and go pay that. So I need to take out, and I'm so old school. I just recently started banking. I don't know why why am I subtracting this by hand? So after deducting for car insurance, we will owe $1,400. We will have $1,489 because car insurance is, and I think I might be overestimating, but I think it's 140 right now because for a minute there we had 3 different cars on our insurance, but it was like literally for 3 days. I think, well, no, maybe closer to a week. It was like 1 week, but we had 4 cars on our insurance. So I'm not sure if it's gonna stay 140 or if it dropped down, but I just calculated 140 just to be on the safe side. I always like to estimate high when it comes to bills, and then if it's not that much, then that's fantastic. But if I underestimate and I end up needing more, that turns tragic. So yeah, I'm really old school with my bill payments. Like I said, I don't like having anything set up to just automatically come out of my accounts. I like to have the control. Sometimes you need to have that little bit of a buffer. So instead of going negative in my account, I would rather just owe like the $2 or $3, or sometimes it's $4 and $5, which is a bit more. But you know, if you have to pay a late payment, I would rather be in control of that and make the late payment myself than to go negative in my bank account. And it's just been really recently that I've even started doing any payments online, but I still don't save any of my debit cards to my computer or my phone, and I don't do any online banking. Like, I've never logged into my bank account online. If I want to get my account balance, I call the number on the back of my card or I go to the bank. Like, I don't feel secure putting any of that stuff on the computer, on my phone. I know there's apps you can get for your bank. Like, no thanks. It takes me 30 seconds to a minute to call the number on the back and get my bank account number or my bank information, and I don't have to save any of that anywhere. So, I mean, if anybody ever like stole my phone or laptop, like they would be sorely disappointed. There's no personal information on these things. Again, I'm just really old school like that. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with it. So right now I'm getting online to pay my wastewater bill. My wastewater bill for this month is $41.48. Oh no, wait. Yeah, it's $41.48. It's $45 if you pay after the 17th, but today is the 12th, so we are good. Okay, so after paying the wastewater bill, we now have $1,447.52. So now I have to pay Duke Energy, and Duke Energy we owe $179.65. This might be like 100% boring to some of you, and I'm sorry if it is, but I thought some of you guys might find it interesting. I don't know, so I thought I'll go ahead and film it because this is what I do on Thursdays. Well, every other Thursday when we get paid is I pay the bills. So my personal recommendation to anyone who is young and just getting started in your life is always pay your bills before you do anything else. Pay your bills first. Pay them first. And then try to look ahead and see, you know, if you can kind of have an idea of what bills are going to come. And like right now we have a larger paycheck than we normally do. And I know we've got our car registration is going to be due soon. And then we are going to have our fall property taxes. So I don't think I'm going to be making either of those payments, but I think it would be good for us to take a small chunk of this pay aside and save towards those payments by like 100 or so. But we'll see where we're at after I get everything paid. But I always recommend. I mean, I know it's so tempting, especially when you have to get up and go to work in the morning. It is so tempting to, you know, go get gas and go out to eat for lunch because why not? And then, you know, before I was married, I used to get paid on Fridays. I still get paid on Fridays, but the money that I make is for a whole other set of bills. We pretty much don't touch what I make at all because it all just goes to our property that we're buying and not my husband's car. So I just don't even touch it. But before I met him, like I can remember there'd be times when, you know, I get paid on Friday and I would get up and go to work and I'd get gas and then I'd get something to eat, you know, get myself a nice lunch. Oh, I got paid, you know. And then Saturday rolls around and I still had to work and it's hard to get to the bank, and, you know, the bank's not open on Sundays either. And so I couldn't really pay my bills much till Monday. And so during the weekend, like it'd be tempting to go out and party, go to the bars, eat nice food. And then like Monday would roll around and I would be messed up because, I don't think I'd spent all my money. Like I never really had too much problem with late payments, but I'd spent way more than I should have to where I didn't really have enough to last me the next 2 weeks. And thankfully I still lived with my parents, and so they would help me out if I needed it, but it would mess me up. And so now as I've gotten older, I've learned pay all your bills first, get all your groceries first. I do bills and then groceries. And then I try to put a little bit in savings. I know people say you should pay yourself first. I think being able to pay yourself first is a luxury that not everybody has. So you got to pay your bills first, in my opinion. You got to pay your bills. You got to have food to eat. You have to have gas in your car. Those are bills and necessities that have to be taken care of before you can even start building a savings account, in my opinion. I mean, you know, if you take $50 to put into a small little savings account, but you never put gas in your car, and then come halfway down the week, you're on E, and you got to take that $50 out and put it in your gas tank, what good has it done you? You know, so it ended up there anyways. So my personal opinion, pay all your bills, get all your groceries, get all your gas, make sure all your needs are met, and then take a little chunk if you can and put it into savings. And, you know, go from there. So I definitely say give yourself a savings before you go out and party and have fun, but you know, you got to make sure your bills and your groceries are paid for first. So Duke, I owe $179.65. So let me pay this, and then I'll tell you guys how much I have left available in my account. Okay, so I went ahead and paid my Duke Energy. I haven't figured out the numbers yet. When you do pay online, as I'm sure a lot of you know, you have a service fee, and a lot of these places are about $1.50 service fee, which well, I guess somewhere less than that. I did the math and it all kind of averages out to about the same as if you went out and bought money orders for all of them, which is how I used to pay my bills, because I don't like messing with checks and I don't like having things sitting around waiting to come out of my account as far as like, you know, automatic withdrawal payments. Something did go wrong apparently with my last payment, because it said that I had like a $29.17, like a $30 roughly late fee. So I went ahead and paid that, but now it says thank you for your payment. This account has a credit balance of $29.17. So I'm not sure why it told me that I had a late fee of $29.17 and now it's telling me I have a credit balance of $29.17. I'm a little confused, but I ended up paying $210.32 total with that past due amount it told me I had and my service fee. That's what it all came out to. So now, after spending all of that, I now have $1,237.20 left. So now I will be paying NIPSCO, which is, I think, our gas. I can't remember. Between Duke and Energy, one is gas and one is electric, and I can never remember which does which, but I gotta pay both of them. Ira is not a happy camper. I think he needs a diaper. I just paid the water bill, so after the fees and everything, I ended up paying $56.39 for my water, and now I have $1,116.06 left. I have to tell you, this feels absolutely fantastic, because normally we're pushing broke right now, because like I said, we normally get about like $1,000 for our pay for 2 weeks. So this is feeling really good to be like, oh my god, I still have $1,000 left in there. So like I said, I still have to pay my homeowners, but I'm gonna go take care of him really quickly. I'll pay for homeowners and then I'll get back with you, because I'm pretty sure I have some medical bills I have to pay from having the baby. Okay, so I paid all of my bills. That leaves me with $1,060 left in the account. 2 cars? How many cars?
Green. Water queen.
Oh, okay.
Water queen.
Is it a green Lightning McQueen?
Water queen. Red.
It's red. You say hi?
Hi.
You're so sweet. We went to town yesterday and he was saying hi and bye to all the stop signs. You don't need that. That's mommy's camera.
Mommy, camera.
Yeah, mommy's camera.
Dada. Dada.
That doesn't work. That's mommy's car.
Mom. Play.
Maybe in a little bit. You're a goober.
Green dump truck.
You're a green dump truck. So we got all that paid. Feels awesome to have $1,000 left in our account. Like, oh my goodness. So I need to get groceries and gas and a few other things around the house, you know, toilet paper, all that kind of fun stuff. So we need to head to the store. But in the meantime, while all this was taking place of paying bills, that is a white car. My neighbor apparently had paid a tree service to come out and rip out some bushes and trim. We have a large tree that's in our yard, but it's kind of almost on property line, so it like hangs over into her yard. And so she paid to have it trimmed back on her side. And so I went out and talked to them to find out what it would cost to have it done on our side, because it's also rubbing the shingles on our roof, which if you didn't know, that's really bad for your roof. So they said since they're already out there, they charged me $100 to trim back the tree. So they trimmed it back on our side, trimmed it back on her side. It looked a little goofy on the back side of the tree because they didn't trim that part, but whatever, it is what it is. When my dad and I first moved in, oh my gosh, when my husband and I first moved into the house, my dad and I went out there and trimmed the tree back, and it took us a couple of hours to get it trimmed back by ourselves. Took about 4 years to grow back. And the guy said that trimming it back would take it about 3 years before it got to the roof again. They said that if we really wanted to take it back real nice and short, that it would cost more money, but that it would take longer to grow back. But I only had $100 in cash on me here at the house. So, and 3 years, if I get 3 years out of that for $100, that's perfectly okay with me. But I told my husband that we need to get ourselves another tree trimmer because our last one broke. That way next time we can just do it ourselves. I mean, I know it took us forever to do it, but you know, doing it yourself is obviously cheaper than paying somebody else to do it for you. But since they were already out there, it needs done. I wanted it done before winter. I just took care of it. Plus, I was able to have him come out and look at this dead tree stump we have in the backyard. And it had an old chain link fence grow into it. And the guy told me there's no safe way to take it out. Last summer, when we had the house demolished that we bought, the tree's technically in that property line, we had our construction guy that we hired to do it try to take that out, and he ended up breaking his chainsaw trying to do that. And then this professional tree trimmer guy was like, there's no safe way to take this out. The grinder won't even take it out, because not only is it a chain link fence growing into there, but there's also like a metal post growing into it. So he's like, there's really not a good way to take this out. So I think it's going to be there forever. Thankfully, it's not in like the inner part of our fencing. It's on the outside part by the back alley, so it don't really affect us any. It just looks ugly, you know. But I'm pretty sure it's dead, so I just need to get out there and trim off the dead leaves because I've been putting weed killer on it all summer trying to make sure that it's good and dead because it was already like halfway chopped back and then it started trying to grow, so it looked doofy. So somebody apparently is going to drive off with my car. So yeah. Yeah, so we need to get ready for the day. In fact, I might go ahead and go out there and trim that since I'm thinking about it right now. It's just a few twigs. It'll make it look a little better. A little more like just your regular dead tree stump. And then we need to head to town and get groceries. So here's a little mommy OOTD for you. I'm wearing my husband's t-shirt, which might, oh yeah, we already talked about this. It's on backwards. There's stuff on the other side of it. Give me a moment. Okay, so much better, right? So, husband's oversized baggy t-shirt. This is a tiny handprint. That's not on the shirt. You're gonna be just fine while I run outside for a second. I promise. You'll be okay. So, t-shirt, husband's old baggy t-shirt. It's got like a skull or something on it. Really old. Hair clip, pair of shorts, and then I've got black sandals. And my toenails are painted. So mommy OOTD. And I also slept in the shirt last night. So, you know, whatever. Need the hedge clippers. These are technically bolt cutters, but you know what? They do the trick. They take care of it. And here's the tree stump I was telling you guys about. It is, like I said, I think good and dead. Been spraying stuff on it all summer. So go ahead and take all this off of it real quick. Okay, well I think that looks a little better. There's still a lot of these little like scraggly guys here, but they're not really worth my while in my opinion. But the bigger ones are gone, so it looks more like just like a plain old tree stump back here. And then you can see where the fencing's all grown into it, and then you got it starting to take into this fence post here. So I think the fence post could be taken out, but even with all the chain link in there, he said there's no good way to take that out safely. So it is what it is. At least it's back by the alley, not like, you know, in our backyard. Well, I would say that was $100 well spent because it's off all the way up to there. He said he couldn't get up there because my roof is too high pitch. So he still got, I mean, it's not touching, but we had all the way down to here was getting rubbed on. So yeah, all that got pushed back. I wish he would have taken this one down, but that's fine. have to say I'm so thankful for the ability to baby wear. We are here at Walmart. We've got our shopping cart with Levi in it, but I have to get some big things like cat and dog food and toilet paper, big rolls of toilet paper, and so I need the cart space, and obviously as one person I can't push 2 carts, so baby wearing Ira, Levi's in the car seat. We're gonna go get some house supplies. Okay, we just finished at Sam's Club. We also went to Walmart. I'm a disheveled mess. The kids have had it. They're hungry and fussy. I'm loaded down. It's all the way up here. I can't really put anything back there because of them, but my trunk is full. And I still need to go to Aldi. I've spent like $300 at this point. It's insane. And I don't need much left from Aldi. Like, I feel like I'm spending so much money, but we haven't been able to do much grocery shopping the last couple weeks. We've just been kind of buying what we need because our pay has been a bit short for certain reasons. We just haven't had what we normally have, and after bills, like, we just haven't had the money to like do a stock up. So like, I bought cleaning supplies we needed. I bought a bunch of groceries. I've bought stuff for the kids. Mike needed a new pair of pants. So like, I've bought a bunch of stuff we need. I feel like I'm just blowing our money. Really, the only frivolous thing I think I've bought so far was a bed for the dog, which is $5. And currently she sleeps on an old pillow in her crate that's falling apart. So even that, was it really a splurge? I feel like it is. Ira's over it, clearly. So we're gonna head on home. I think I'm gonna do a whole grocery haul for a whole other video, be like a 3-store grocery haul. So keep an eye out for that. I think we're gonna end things here for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Subscribe if you've not already. Give it a big thumbs up so other people can find it. And I need to get home and feed these children.